Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fight Night, brought to you by Gimme the Loot's insane challenge of beating every single PS2 game ever made. That's 4,218 games, folks.
Welcome, one and all, to the first episode of Fight Night. I'm your host, Spud McFlame. Today I'm joined by my co-host, Leapin' Larry. Larry?
Welcome everyone, this here's Leapin' Larry. I'm ready to commentate on something I'm not quite exactly sure what I'm gonna be. What are we doing here?
I'm glad you asked, Larry, because we're gonna have one hell of a fight on our hands tonight. In one corner, we have a young man of unknown origins who has brought a young woman to get resurrected from death to this cursed land versus 16 Colossi. Are these walking constructs? Are they gods? I don't know and I don't care. A David and Goliath story times 16. And I don't know about you, Larry, but I think I'd put my money on the Colossi.
I expect that young man's innards to be outered very soon.
Right you are, Larry. Let's move to the arena. It's a beautiful, bright day out in the cursed lands. Perfect conditions for fighting enormous constructs. This young man has a lot ahead of him. Do you think he can handle it, Larry?
Hell no, that boy's got a sword, he's got a bow, he's got his mitts, and these things can take a crap on him that'd kill him.
Wander heads through the plains towards the first Colossi. Larry, what do you think is on his mind right now?
Oh, for heaven's sake, please don't shit on me.
The young man has spotted the Colossus and the fight begins. Oh my god, the young man has decided to scale the beast all the way up to its head, where he repeatedly stabs it into this very easy to see shiny spot.
It's almost as if the Colossus is like, hey, hit me right here. Right here, hurts right here.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. The young man has actually defeated the first of 16 Colossi. I am in awe at how he has scaled the beast and stabbed it. I myself would never have done such a thing. I would have run like a coward.
Is there any reason that thing didn't just reach up and whack him into oblivion? Because, I mean, come on, he's right there. You're huge.
Wander has now moved on to round 4. The score is 3-0, and the next Colossi he sees is a large, bony-looking horse.
Oh, look at that thing looking in there like, you're falling for the oldest trick in the book. The boy's about to sneak up behind you. There he goes. He's gonna get you.
Wander climbs atop the beast and he just cannot be shaken off. It's just not this Colossi's day. He stabs, and it's over.
You know, I was hoping to see this boy's guts strewn about the ground, but I'm rooting for him now. He's getting these guys one after another. They don't have a chance.
Let's take a look at the score. We are 5-0 in Wander's favor, but there are still 11 Colossi left to fight. The bottom half has been good to him so far, but can he claw his way to the top? Deep inside of a forgotten temple, we find our next Colossi, McBeardy.
Look at this guy, peekaboo. Oh shit, the boy grabbed my beard.
Why mess with perfection? Wander has figured out the formula to destroying these Colossi. Stab them repeatedly in the head, or at least the shiny spot.
Do you think the lad would appreciate having maybe like a shotgun or something? Might be a little easier to get rid of them Colossi.
The score now stands at 8-0 in Wander's favor still. Honestly, if it were 8-1, he would be dead. So there's only really 1 point the Colossi can collect, isn't there, Larry?
I'm not even sure they know it'll happen. They'll just kind of stomp around, he'll be dead, and they'll be like, where the fuck did this kid go?
Wander combs through the desert and the plains past geysers to find one more Colossi, number 9, inside of a cave, and that thing looks creepy.
Well, ain't that nice? The kid's giving him a bath. Oh shit, knocked him over and climbed up on his back and stabbed him in the head.
What an inexplicable series of fights for this young man who is now very hopeful of resurrecting this poor young woman who we actually know nothing about.
Look, I've heard of impressing a woman, but I think this might be going a little too far.
Wander's next competitor is actually not very big. He's only slightly bigger than maybe, say, an elephant.
I was promised big-ass motherfucking fights. This is a tiny little dude.
Ho! Wander has figured out the weakness for this Colossi, and it's just a simple torch. I'm surprised it would live so close to its own weakness. With this kill, the young man has now racked up 11 points, with only 5 Colossi left to go. After these trials and tribulations, let's go down to Wander himself and see what he has to say about all of these events.
The fuck did he just say?
Fascinating. Just fascinating. Moving ever forward, Wander finds his next Colossi submerged in some water where he's actually finally protecting his weak spot.
You know, this reminds me of the time I was doing some temple maintenance and some teenager in some green clothes came in and started pulling a testicle out of the water. And I tried to get out of there, but the water levels were all janky, so I couldn't leave.
I don't know what evolutionary purpose those teeth on top of its head served it, but it is now backfired as Wander uses them to guide him to a temple top, where the boy tricks it into exposing its weak spot.
Well, look at that. That boy's cutting in that thing nutsack like there's no tomorrow. You all better be thankful, though, if he saves them things for dinner tomorrow night, because I know how to cook up a mean Colossi nut stew.
My very foundation has been rocked to its core as Wander downs not one, not two, but 3 more Colossi, and now he is at the final one, number 16. Larry, tell me what you think the boy's chances are for number 16.
To be perfectly honest, I saw that guy at the gym last week. Man, that guy was lifting so much weight, I think Wander's about to get his clock clean.
My God, the sheer size and power of this last Colossi has me worried Wander will not climb to the top of his head, where he will then stab it multiple times.
Oh Lord, I ain't seen someone hold on for dear life since Nvidia did when they tried to release the 4080.
What a turn of events as Wander makes a miscalculation and gets flung so far from the top of this Colossi's head. Can the boy pick himself back up and do it again? Wander's been given the 2-minute warning as he realizes he must pull himself together and courageously climb this Colossi. Wander finds himself back on top of the Colossi's head as he holds on for dear life. Please do not let go. Stab, stab, and he's done it! Wander has beaten the final Colossi where he can now see this woman back to life. Larry, I had my doubts this entire time, but you know what? Wander has crushed them.
Oh man, I did not think that boy was gonna win this thing. I did not think he could kill those big guys. You know, although at the end there when Mario jumped off that horse like Yoshi, I kind of felt a little bad though. I really hope this woman was worth it.
Oh, what a turn of events! As Wander reaches the temple, he is overcome by darkness, where he turns into a large beast himself. He was tricked. The young woman will not be resurrected. This may just be the end of the human race in those lands as we know it. I can't believe he fell for one of the oldest tricks in the book.
Hold on, what a classic backstab, Wander, you sucker!
In yet another surprising turn, the young woman actually is revived once the large monster that came from Wander's body was destroyed. Hold on a minute, what has she found?
Well, look what's here, little baby with horns. Why not I raise it and try and change its mind by the time it gets old enough to destroy the human race? Don't raise that baby!
I'm going to be honest with everyone, I don't actually know the end score anymore. I'm not sure what to say except for this fight night was a huge success. Thank you everyone for coming out, and join us next time for another thrilling fight night. Hello everyone, welcome to the end of the video where I will tell you a quick little blurb about how I feel. First of all, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little silly, I don't know. Things have been crazy, so I felt like a funny, silly video would be great. Anyway, for a quick little review, I'm not a big fan of this game, and some people might get upset about that, but I find, you know, the open world is cool, and it's got full of story. I like the story, I like the ambiance, I like a lot about the game. The cinematicness of fighting the Colossi and getting on their heads and stabbing, it's just, the music is great. It's the gameplay. I feel, for me, I don't want to stand there and wait, and it's just pretty much one thing it takes to kill the Colossi. You do one thing a couple times, and sometimes it only takes one time, and you get on top of their head or find their weak spot, and you stab it. Sometimes it's just a slog to get up a monster, and then if you get knocked off for any reason, and I made a couple mistakes. I've never really played this game a little bit once, so I'm still brand new to it. But if you get shaken off once, you've got to reclimb that thing, and the later on Colossi are big and take a long time to get on top of. So it's like, it just felt like I had to repeat something over and over, and it was very pronounced. Not like other games where they're surrounded by a lot of other things. This game is pretty much just fight the Colossi and do the thing over and over until you kill it. And then if you get flung off, well, you're screwed. Like the last boss, I got my ass flung off and I had to work another like 20 minutes to get up there to kill him. So it's not a game for me, but a lot of people do like the gameplay, and honestly, everything else about it is great. So it's definitely still worth a try. So I recommend you try Shadow of the Colossus. And of course, the very end of the video, the guessing game. What do you guys think the next game is gonna be? Is it an interesting one? Look at this picture I've got here. It'll be a fun one because it's special in a different way. One hint, it's one of the few games you can play with a mouse. on the PS2. That's right, I believe you can use a mouse on this game. So thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon. Let me know if you liked this type of video. I think I kind of want to do more of these where it's just fun. I don't know, man. It just seems like I don't want it to just be the same thing. I'm just telling you about how I played this game and beat it. It's more fun to do something like this. I don't know. If you don't like it or you want it to go back to normal for some of the other videos, that's great. But if you think I could do more fun things like this, then let me know. I just thank you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.